Hey guys, welcome back. Today we've got another dual video. This is going to be a healthy eating recipe and guys stuff because it's going to be really good and it's going to be on the grill. Basically we're doing shrimp and chicken fajitas. We're doing them pretty much as healthy as possible and still keep them like a normal fajita. There are some things you can go do to other extremes, like not use tortillas, wrap them in lettuce, or just have the meat separately. That's not a fajita. A fajita by definition is in a tortilla, so we're going to do that. Basically, this is very inexpensive. I'm going to be doing a large batch, and I'm going to be doing most of the stuff on the grill. Now, you can do this in a skillet. If you're just doing it for one or two people, or just one normal sized meal, easily do it in a nice big skillet. But I'm going to be doing like a week's worth at a time, so I'm going to be filling up the grill with the meats and do everything in a nice big batch. Besides, I really like the grill flavors. That adds a real something special that you don't get when you even do it in a nice cast iron skillet. So to make it healthy, we're doing a few different things. One, we are eliminating the extra stuff that isn't going to add anything, like cheese. You could use a fat-free cheese or a low-fat cheese, but number one, they don't have that much flavor compared to regular cheese, so you've got to use a lot of it. But that really gets lost in the flavors of everything else. So skip the cheese, save the calories and the fat. Sour cream. You can opt to use fat-free sour cream. Again, not the same flavors. I like it to cook with. I think it's okay. It gives you that creamy texture, but the creamy texture and the overall zing is what I want on a fajita. And to substitute, I'm going with non-fat Greek yogurt, which is going to give me that effect. But so much better than even fat-free sour cream. Virtually nothing in it, just a tiny bit of sodium, and it's got a lot of protein, so it's not bad at all for you. I don't have any guilt on putting a nice big blob of Greek yogurt on there, and it's still going to taste really good. We're using large shrimp. Seafood's awesome for you. I mean, the only drawback to that is the price. There's no point in going more expensive and getting the jumbo shrimp or anything extraordinary, because these are basically going in sandwiches. So just get the smallest raw shrimp you can get, whatever's on sale. That's going to be good enough. These bags were $8 a piece. That was the cheapest they had. The larger ones went up to 10 plus, and there's no point in that. I got some boneless, skinless chicken breasts that were on sale. Doesn't really matter, again, what form of the breast you get. These happen to be thin slice, which are fine for fajitas because we're going to be slicing them up even smaller, obviously, anyway. And the regular ones, the thicker slice, they weren't on sale. They were like another 60 cents or so. There was no point in buying that. So I got that on sale. It was like $4 a pound. I got 3 packs of that. I got a bunch of really nice, colorful, and good-tasting peppers. You can use green, too, if you want. They all taste pretty much the same. You're not going to taste big flavor differences, especially once you build the fajitas. But we're going to be slicing those up along with the onions. Those are what make the core of the fajitas. And we're going to be doing a marinade for the shrimp and the chicken, and that's going to be really easy. Just a little bit of vegetable oil, just so everything can coat. We're going to use lime juice for the majority of the binder. We're going to put in some cilantro, some ancho chili powder. That'll give it that nice seasoned meat kick. A little bit of ground cayenne pepper to give it some heat. Again, optional. I like it. And some oregano. That should give us a really good salt-free marinade and rub for the meat, and still absolutely packed with flavors. Now, the important part, the tortillas. This is where you can really get into some trouble by buying the wrong thing. Tortilla shells are basically going to come in 3 sizes. You've got these really small ones here, and they are called fajita size. Then you've got the next size up, they're called taco size, and then you have the next one, which are called burrito size. Now, the problem is, only the taco size come in a wide variety of materials and flavors and whatnot, and you're a little bit limited once you go off this. I did find these corn tortillas in fajita size, and this is, you don't need anything big to make a fajita, so buying the small ones is fine. The corn is the healthiest. Basically, all of the healthy versions, the whole wheats, the corn, things like that, you're just looking at the sodium. And this one only has 10 milligrams of sodium and just a little tiny bit of carbs. So the corn tortilla is definitely the most healthy. A little bit different texture, obviously, but these whole wheat tortillas, which are going to act and taste just like a normal flour tortilla, they're not bad either. These have a little bit of sodium, but less than half of a normal tortilla. These are a 10%, and the normal ones were 20, 25. Some of the flavored ones, like tomato basil and all that, they were down to 15, but 10 is not bad. So no worries there. Between these two, you've got a lot of awesome flavor combinations. So the first thing we have to do is thaw the shrimp. I'm going to start the marinade. We're just going to put the meats in a bag with our spices. That's going to sit in the fridge for an hour. In the meantime, I'm going to prep. We've got a lot of slicing to do. We're just going to slice up. You know what fajita buildings look like. We're going to do long, thin slices of all the peppers and onions. Then we've got to go out and get the grill ready. We're going to grill the shrimp and chicken. And with the marinade on there, that is just going to give a beautiful caramelized look and texture. And pull that in. And then we just have to, I may do this on the grill. I may do it here on the stove in a skillet. We're just going to basically sear up our veggies and toss in the meat, and it's good to build the fajitas. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do the meats. We'll get it marinating, and then we'll do the veggies. Alright, now to do our marinade and rub, again, if you're doing a small batch, I'm going to make this pretty easy so you can pare it down. I'm going to do about a cup of oregano. And about a half a cup of cumin. I can never get these open when I have fingernails. There we go. Come on. And about a quarter cup, which is about all I have left in here, of garlic powder. Quarter cup of cilantro leaves, which about is all I have left of that. Man, I got to restock on spices. And then I'm going to do a quarter cup of combo of the ancho chili and the cayenne pepper, so about 1/8 of a cup of each. And again, this part is to taste. But this is going to give you that little bit of savory zest and heat to it that I like, especially from the chicken. Makes it a lot less bland. So that should be good there. Now I'm going to put in about a half cup of vegetable oil. And remember, most of this is going to be cooking off on the grill. This is just so it's going to stick well as the marinade. So don't be concerned with the health of this part. We're not frying in it. If you are frying it, if you are using a skillet and you want to do a marinade, which is fine, make sure you just drain it off or don't use as much, because obviously that will stick in the skillet. And then I'm going to put in some lime juice. I'm going to do about half cup of lime juice. Looks like I just got to squirt this guy. So this will take me a minute here. I'm going to put about half this bottle in here. If you want to use fresh limes, that's fine. You'll probably need, I'd say about 6 limes if you're doing this much. This is really going to bring out the flavors in the shrimp too. But I like adding a little bit of a citrus zing, especially when things are a little bland to begin with. Really wakes them up and adds absolutely nothing. So there's that. Alright, so now we're going to mix this up. I've got the shrimp defrosting in cold water. So as soon as this is ready, probably another 10 minutes or so, I'm going to peel them. And I've got the chicken that I washed off. And I need to pat each of these dry with paper towels. It's just water you see in here. And after they're patted dry, we're going to dredge everything in the marinade. And I've got 3 big gallon plastic bags here. We're just going to split everything up, put it equally in there, and then everything goes into the fridge to sit for an hour. Now that we have our marinade done, I've got chicken, and shrimp. Everything's equally divided. These are going to go right into the fridge and sit. In the meantime, I need to start slicing up all the veggies, and after that's done, I'm going to go out and prep the grill. These are going to sit an hour. This is probably going to take me about 20 minutes to get everything sliced. Grill takes about 20 minutes to heat up the coals, so that'll leave me about 20 minutes left, somewhere in between, before these come out of the fridge and are ready to go on the grill. What I'm going to do is put the shrimp on skewers just so it's easy to manage on the grill. These are just going to go flat directly over the coals. It's only going to take about 10 minutes to get all the meat done. And still haven't decided if I'm going to do the veggies on the grill or not. I can put a skillet right on the grill. That's not a problem. I need to see how much room I have. I think this is going to take up a little too much room to easily fit it. But if that's the case, no big deal. We'll just do this part on the stove. It takes 2 minutes. And then we'll prep our tortillas and be ready to eat. There's one ingredient I forgot to mention, and that's just shredded lettuce. I'm going to put that in there too. Great as a filler. Alright, let's go. Alright, got our veggies all chopped up. That did take a little bit of time, but you know what? The thing that took the most time was peeling all the shrimp. It's tough to find raw shrimp peeled. Mostly they're just deveined. And I don't recommend ever using the pre-cooked shrimp. That's ugh. So plan for some prep time, definitely. It's, let's see, 8:30 now, so I've got about a half an hour until the meats are done marinating. So I'm going to go ahead and go prep the grill and set up the camera and everything out there. And we should be ready to put the meat on right about 9 o'clock. Alright, now I've shown this in a number of my other videos, but someone had been asking recently, so I'll go over it once again, how to properly start your charcoal grill. First and most importantly, you need a chimney. Do not use lighter fluid, do not use self-lighting briquettes. Get a chimney, and I suggest the one by Weber. It has this handle, gives you a second point of leverage, and it's a much sturdier rivet design. I've used the cheaper ones, and they're only like $5 cheaper. They rust out within a year, and the handle falls off. So use a good quality chimney. I've been using this one for about 5 years, and it's still absolutely perfect. All you want to do is pack about 3 full sheets of newspaper at the most into the bottom. You want it in there so it's filling the gaps, but not so tight that you don't get good flames. Most of the time you're going to be cooking with a full chimney of charcoal. Unless you're doing something very small, very quick, that's about the minimum that you want to use. It's okay, I've got some old unburned charcoal in here. It's mostly ash. I'm going to clean it off and stir it. It's okay if you have some unburnt in there, you just pour the hot coals over the cold coals. That won't affect anything. But anything with lighter fluid or self-igniting, those kinds of things, they just have lighter fluid baked into the briquettes. You want to stay away from that. That greatly affects your flavor. So all you do is then light the paper, and it's going to take about 20 or 30 minutes, and you know it's done when the tops of the charcoal in the chimney start to go gray. There'll be a lot of flames, and the flames will start to die down. When everything is gray, that's at its hottest point. That's when you want to pour in, because then you can start cooking and get really consistent temperatures. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then we'll come back in 20 or 30 minutes and we'll put the meat on. Alright, our coals are nice and hot. Time to put them on. Now we're going to be cooking direct. Oop, Mr. Cole there. So we're just going to spread these out evenly. If we were smoking, these would be all up against one side. Just want to spread it out into an even layer. There we go. Put our grate on, let that clean off. And now I'm going to go in and prep the meat, which just consists of taking it out of the marinade bags, and I'm going to put the shrimp onto skewers. and then bring it out. It's going to be a simple 10-minute grill. Alright, our coals are nice and hot, grill's nice and hot. Our chicken is going to take the longest, so that's going to go on first. Just going to put it on right over the coals. Tell you what, the house smells good. It smells good out here from the charcoal. Oh yeah. Now, this is only going to take just a few minutes per side, so we got to work quickly. You can see why I didn't think there would be room for the skillet. I'm going to do that inside on the stove. There's one. As soon as I get these down, I'm going to go and grab a pan so I can take stuff off. Shrimp are going to go very quickly. One more. There we go. Alright, I'm going to put the lid on just to die these flames down a bit and go inside and get a pan. Alright, just a couple minutes have gone by. I'm going to flip the chicken here. Smells really good. Got some good grill marks going. As soon as this is done, I'm going to do the shrimp, which is only going to take half as much time. We're going to be slicing these thin, putting them in the skillet with the veggies. Let these cook just a couple more minutes, and they will be ready. It smells delicious out here. Alright, let's take a look here. Going for a thicker cut. Nice, white all the way through. Now I'm going to take these off. Time to put the shrimp on. Whew, hot, hot, hot. Hot coals. Yow! Whoa! I don't think I have any hair left on my hand. Man almighty. And last but not least, the seafood. Same deal. Just a couple minutes aside for these guys. That's all it's going to take. Woo, hot, hot, hot. Alright, our shrimp has turned opaque, just starting to get firm and some grill marks. That is time to come off and we are ready. Into the pan they go. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. Oh, no, you don't. You're not getting away. Come here, little bugger. All right, there we go. Back in the kitchen, we're going to kick our skillet up on high. Not going to need any oil for this. There's enough moisture in these peppers and onions to really get it cooking. Basically, we need to soften them up. With this amount, it's probably going to take a good 10 minutes or so. We want to get all the moisture out. Once it comes up to temp, I'm going to turn the heat down to about a medium. And we're going to cook these and just slightly caramelize them. They're going to reduce down. There's going to be a lot of liquid that comes out of these, especially these sweet onions. And then they're going to start to dry and brown a bit. And that's the point where we're going to take them off. And we can actually throw the meat in here. If I had a little bigger skillet, I'd have room to do that. But at that point, we're ready to build our fajitas. So let's go ahead and do up these veggies. Now that we've got the veggies starting to brown a bit, a little bit of caramelization going, they've reduced. Just starting to stick to the pan a bit, that's what we want. That is perfect for fajitas. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in a bowl real quick. Turn the heat off. Looks like I need a bigger bowl. Now you know what? This will work out fine because I'm going to keep the bowl for later. I'm going to cook my meal right now with the veggies that are in here. Perfect. Scrape off any of the good bits that are stuck on the bottom here. Alright, turn your heat on medium. Now we're going to put in some of the meat. Got the chicken cut up into little strips. And I'm going to make about 4 fajitas. I'll do half and half here. And a skewer of the shrimp. That should be beautiful. Just want to mix all these up, get the chicken heated back up. Smells really good. Smells just like any restaurant where they bring out the fajitas on the hot skillet sizzling. That's exactly what it smells like right now. Onions and the peppers, spices from the marinade. Delicious. Alright, now we're going to prep our tortillas. I'm just going to use some of the whole wheat right now. And you can warm them up on a skillet or a grill. What I'm going to do is just moisten them a little bit with some water and microwave for about 30 seconds or so. Warm them up. Oop, opened the wrong one. And that usually works out real well. Gets them nice and soft. That works very well to bring back ones that have stiffened a little bit if you have them in the fridge, which I usually do. I keep them in the fridge. These are very soft on their own. So I'm just going to go ahead and microwave them since they're brand new. And 30 seconds should be fine for that. Alright, tortillas are hot. Perfect. Just like they came out of a little steam container at a restaurant. We can kill the heat. Got our yogurt here. And you can put whatever you want on. If you want to make a healthy salsa using some fresh tomatoes and cilantro and whatnot, that's fine too. I'm just not a big fan of it. I mean, I like it, but I like the creamy texture better, especially with all the veggies. Got a little bit of lettuce here. What we want to first do, just divide everything up. Need some tongs or something. Let's see, what do I got? Spatula, that'll work. Smells delicious. Looks like I have a little more than 4 here. If you just want yours all shrimp or all chicken, obviously just pick and choose out. I like them combined. There we go, that looks pretty good. Kick this out of the way, get it off the heat so it doesn't end up burning. There we go. Alright, I need a little spoon. Knife will do. Mix up the top of the yogurt here a bit. Now if you've never had the Greek yogurt, don't be afraid. It doesn't have the flavor of yogurt. On fajitas especially, it's going to taste more like sour cream than you might imagine. Beautiful. Spread a little bit on an edge here. That's the way I like mine. You can do yours any way you like. A little bit of lettuce. Perfect. Alright. Let's give it a taste. Ooh, these tortillas are hot. Hot, hot, hot. Looks good. Smells really good. Bright peppers in there. Alright, let's give it a taste. Mmm. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Just like any restaurant, I guarantee you. No joke. Tastes just like sour cream too. Beautiful flavors. No need for salt at all. Almost fat-free. Cheap. Really cheap. I mean, I made enough for at least 10 people here. And that's not all the meat. I've got all this chicken and all this shrimp. So, I mean, more than 10 people, really. I mean, if everybody's eating 2 or 3 fajitas, I got enough for 10 people here. This is enough for a week's worth of food for me for 50 bucks. Seriously, I can't touch that. Really good tortillas, too. I'm anxious to try the corn. I think I'm going to make one of those next. Anyway, there you go. There is really healthy grilled chicken and shrimp fajitas. Can't get any better than this, guys. See you next time.